What is going on, YouTubeverse? John Stanek from Johnny Radio here, bringing you another Top 5 on this beautiful Top 5 Friday, and I'm so excited to be moving forward into 1982, the Top 5 albums of that year. This is my personal list, as always, so let's get right to it. At number 5... It's Hard by The Who. Absolutely love The Who, you know, one of the best bands of all time, really. And the 70s, I think, were when they were at their strongest. Of course, by this point, Keith Moon had already passed away, so they were trying to fill in the gap and do it. It wasn't quite exactly what The Who used to be, and you know, it's not that strong of a record in their complete discography, but just for the song Eminence Front alone, which I think is one of their greatest songs of all time, you gotta have this on your list. Other hits off the record were Athena, and you know, a lot of the other songs don't really resonate with me, but man, do I go back to Eminence Front all the time, so I had to have it on the list. Now at number 4, The Nylon Curtain by Billy Joel. Billy Joel just was on a roll, man, coming off the late 70s into the early 80s, and this is definitely another strong release by him. You got songs like Allentown, Good Night Saigon, which is such an epic, amazing song about Vietnam. A lot of the songs on this record tell stories of just everyday people and what they're going through. And no better song on there than Pressure, which we all go through. It's a song that he started using some synthesizers, and that kind of filled in nicely, and you didn't even miss a beat. It feels like a classic, timeless album, and absolutely one of his best. And that's just at number 4. So now at number 3... Rio by Duran Duran. Oh man, one of the best bands of the 80s era. They came on the scene really for the MTV generation, like right on time. And you know, as much as they were kind of these new kids on the block, so to speak, they really played their instruments and wrote great melodies and just these catchy rocking tunes. And they had their own style, their own vibe. And it really hit hard on this record, especially with the title track and Hungry Like the Wolf. I mean, just two of the greatest songs of that decade. And yeah, that's just my number 3. So now at number 2... Well, they blew up the Chicken Man in Philly last night. Nebraska by Bruce Springsteen. You know, I am not a huge Springsteen fan, but this to me is possibly his greatest album, because as an artist, this just proves he was more than just, you know, the Born in the USA guy with the E Street Band really making him what he was. This is just Bruce stripped down with a 4-track recorder, and he initially recorded these songs as demos, thinking that the band would later fill them in, but realized that they were just so hauntingly beautiful on their own that he just released the album this way, and I think it's genius. I mean, so many songs on here: Atlantic City, State Trooper, which is a really cool song that's very simple on guitar, but it's just... the way Bruce tells a story, he is such a great storyteller as a songwriter. And, you know, as far as his solo acoustic stuff, I think this is the cream of the crop as far as one full album. I know later he would go on to do The Ghost of Tom Joad, but I don't think that comes up to the level of Nebraska. It's just such an amazing piece of music, and that's just my number 2. So now at number 1, Thriller. You know, it had to be Thriller. the great Michael Jackson, produced by Quincy Jones. I mean, every track on here is a classic. The title track, Billie Jean, Beat It, Wanna Be Starting Something. I mean, every single track, even PYT, and all of it makes you want to dance and put your teeth out like, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. And I mean, come on, man. Just amazing on every level. It really stands the test of time. And at the time, I mean, it was like a second coming of the Beatles. From late 82 into 1983, Michael Jackson just took over the world. It is still, to this day, the best-selling album worldwide for a reason. You know, for me personally, Off the Wall, I actually like better and I revisit more, but this is still an absolute classic. And, you know, the only song that I would say is kind of weak on the record would be the one that he did with Paul McCartney, The Girl Is Mine. It's all right. It's not great, but everything else on here is truly great. And yeah, so that is my top 5, guys. Let me know in the comments below, what would your top 5 be? If you're so bold, leave me a top 10. This was a great year in music, obviously. I mean, MTV was in full swing at this time, and just so much cool stuff coming into the woodworks. It's going to be cool when we get to 1983 and beyond. So continue to follow the channel. We got top 5s every Friday, album reviews, so much more. Thank you for watching. And as always, Viva la Vinyl. So guys, thanks so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and be sure to ring the bell for notifications so you can always see great quality content like you're seeing on the screen right now. Thank you so much for supporting Johnny Radio, and I'll see you soon.